Hi, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. Today, let's talk about sanctions. Now, sanctions are probably one of the most used methods of economic statecraft. And it's important that we fully understand it and also understand it from the perspective of economic statecraft, not the economy or the business side, which is another important part, but not our part. So sanctions, what is it? It's everyone's favorite way of stopping someone else from getting a good. Is probably the most general but fairly accurate way to describe it. Who can do sanctions? Who can sanction target? So sanctions can be between countries. It can be on just certain individuals. And then it can also be a combination of both. What does sanction do? Well, that's a very broad question. But in the quickest word, sanction is designed to hurt a country's economy. It's designed to hurt a country's political interests, and that's what it is. Sanction is not to actually stop the flow of the goods from a country to another. That is not the purpose. The purpose of sanction is that by stopping the flow of the goods, the other nation will feel the pain, the difficulties, and then eventually return to the negotiating table or stop what they're doing at the moment. Now, it's very, very important to know, sanction is not actually about money. Sanction, like we mentioned earlier, it's about stopping a country from being able to enter the world trade and not actually really focusing on the country to be able to get something. So take the most current case in Ukraine and Russia. Russia does not really care if Europe buys its oil or not. It cares about its atrocity in Ukraine. So when Russia says it will stop selling oil to countries who is selling weapons to Ukraine, the goal is not to get a European country to buy oil, or oil actually doesn't matter. What matters is the ultimate goal, which is to stop another country assisting Ukraine in this war. When you look at sanctions, when you think about sanction, remember that the goods in play does not really matter. The value of it doesn't matter. The cost of it, frankly, does not matter either. What it matters is that by not having this good, can you influence the target country's elite to the point where you can achieve your political goal? Because at the end of the day, sanctions is to use to achieve political goals. What factor plays into making a successful sanction? Well, the most common one is about the idea of stateness. This is something Ripsman and Blanchard talked about in their book about political theories on economic statecraft. See, they said that the successfulness of a sanction has a lot to do with how strong the state is. And I think that makes a lot of sense, as we explained earlier, about how sanction is not really economic, it's political. So the stronger the state, the country is, the stronger political it is, the harder it is for another country to influence it via economic means. And another part has to do with the level of eliteness. Certain countries have a very small group of elite, and they have a certain type of interest. And if you can influence them, you manage to succeed. But on the other hand, there's countries who so large and so enormous, where the elites are sort of all over the place. If you can't shake this group of elite, then you will not be able to succeed in sanctions, because at the end of the day, it's not about the numbers, it's about your ability to influence political decisions. And you can't influence political decisions when you can't reach the people who can influence it. So thank you so much for your time. I hope that was a helpful and useful video to help you get a better grasp of what sanction is, and also maybe get a little bit different perspective on how to interpret and understand a sanction. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it below. Thank you so much, and hope you have a good day.